How's everybody doing today? My name is Steven Rosenberg. This is Ginzburg, and welcome to Marketing Success in Under 10 Minutes. We have an amazing show for you today because today is going to be at South by Southwest 2018 here in Austin, Texas. Gene, how are you doing so far today?
I'm doing really well, and I'm super excited for you because you're at the conference. I didn't make it to the conference this year, but maybe next year we can do this together at the conference. And now that you live in Austin, of course, it makes things a lot easier for you to go to this conference. So yeah, what's going on? I know the town is buzzing with activity. So tell our audiences what's going on at South by Southwest.
Yeah, so I mean, it's definitely buzzing here in Austin, Texas. The first weekend just got underway, and we are now headed into the full week of South by Southwest. I got the privilege of attending last year, and I will also be attending this year. There are some amazing speakers that are going to be here this week, and one that I got lucky enough to see yesterday, who is one of my idols and a huge bucket list of mine, but I got to see Elon Musk speak live yesterday, which was,
What did he talk about? Did he talk about sending missions up into Mars around beginning of next year?
Yeah, so then actually I believe that story came out because of the talk that he gave that I attended yesterday.
Yep.
So, which was incredible. I mean, he talked about everything from AI to going to Mars to Tesla. And him and his brother even got up on stage and sang a little bit at the end. It was quite entertaining. But I just think that he's so smart and he's so right on point, and it kind of brings to me sort of the essence of what South by South represents. Not only is it important to be here because you're on the cutting edge of what's happening in technology and social media and all these other movies and film and music and all these other interactive things, but I think sort of the message of today's video should be about networking. And I think that you get such a unique, short opportunity to network with as many people here at South by Southwest because, again, people come in from all over the world to be here for South by Southwest. And I think it's just so important to network as much as you can and meet as many people as possible. Getting footage during South by Southwest is amazing as well, but a lot of this content will be available online, in the coming weeks. So even if you can't attend, you'll be able to see a lot of things that happen. And I just think that networking during an event like this is really, really important.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have any opinion about that? Like when attending a conference, whether it's South by Southwest or not, just the importance of networking?
Absolutely. So we've covered a couple of conferences on this show in the past year and a half, like Traffic and Conversion Summit, and I think even last year's South by Southwest and a few other, and I think the Inc. 5000 conference. So this is definitely not our first time discussing networking, and I totally agree with you. Networking is such an important piece of going to conference. I mean, I'd say it's like half and half. You get half, which is so important when you're actually talking to people and meeting new people and making connections, and then the other half is like the information that you get, the nuances, the kind of the light bulbs, as I call them, that go off when when Elon Musk is talking or someone's talking, you're like, oh my God, I can totally use that in my business, or, this is such an innovative idea. Right. So I'd say it's definitely 50-50 for me. So I would highly, highly recommend a lot of things. What I do before I go to a conference is I try to get in touch with a few people, maybe like a handful or 10 people or so that I know they're going to be at the conference, and set up meetings with them ahead of time. And the reason for that is because things get really chaotic once you actually get to the conference, no matter which conference you go to. So if you plan ahead and actually set up some time to meet up, it makes things a little bit easier versus if you're just there and you try to create time to meet up when you're there, because it's so chaotic typically. So I absolutely agree with you in terms of networking, because a lot of times these things lead to business partnerships. They lead maybe to podcast guests. They lead to referrals. I mean, there's so many things that happens if you connect with others, especially at a conference like South by Southwest. So what's been the trend in terms of the speakers, the sessions that are going on this week? Tell the audiences what have been the trends that you see. Is it, obviously you mentioned AI, you mentioned Elon Musk and traveling to Mars. What else are you seeing as a trend or trends?
Yeah, so I mean, it's only 3 days into it, but so far a big trend has been a lot of the corporations will come in and sponsor taking over different businesses here in Austin and make them themed to what they're doing. So a really popular one here so far this year has been the HBO Westworld, where they basically recreated the environment of Westworld and is just very realistic, and that's getting a ton of buzz. And then there's just a lot of, YouTube's doing one. All the major players are just coming in and doing amazing things when it comes to going into a business, retrofitting it to meet their interactive purpose. And, I just think that's phenomenal. In terms of the speakers, there's always a great lineup of very influential people, from Mark Cuban, Gary Vee, Elon Musk, all these kind of people that are going to be here. A lot of influential people in the film industry and in the music industry are also going to be here. And so, I think I'll be able to report a lot more as the week continues to develop. But so far, it's very, very set on sort of technology, I think, is what it all comes down to. VR, AR is a huge thing that's really starting to develop here. But I really also wanted to just agree with what you were saying with the networking and the strategic outlook that you have, which is to message people ahead of time, because you're right. As soon as you get to a conference, it's like things are very hectic and chaotic. And so I think that's a very smart piece of advice for you to reach out to people ahead of time. I really like that.
Yeah, I do that all the time when I go to conferences. I was just at the Traffic and Conversion Summit a couple of weeks ago in San Diego. I didn't actually go to the conference, but I was there during the time, and there's a lot of people that come to the conference, so I was just doing a lot of networking and going to events and meeting up with business partners and things like that. So I didn't get to actually go view the sessions. But that's also been also been kind of the change in my own strategy, and it depends on where you are in your business. Some people really want the content and they really go there, and for Traffic and Conversion, it's more maybe newer people in the industry to digital marketing, but people like me I've been doing this for such a long time. At that point, I was like, I don't know if it's really going to be helpful for me to go to the sessions, but definitely networking and meeting with business partners is going to be super helpful if you get FaceTime. So, something to consider down the line for our audiences.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm super excited. Let's do another video maybe in the middle of the week or closer to the end of the week, so that way, that some time would have elapsed, and then you can tell our audience a little bit more about what's been going on, what are the things that you're seeing, the trends, the speakers who you liked, and I think that it's going to be very exciting.
Sounds like an excellent plan. Thank you guys so much for joining. If you have any requests or comments, be sure to put them below. But if not, we'll see you guys. Or
if you're at South by Southwest, say hi to Steven, and I'm sure he's going to want to meet with you.
Yeah. Definitely.
Awesome.
Check me out.
Thanks. Thanks so much for watching. We hope you'll continue to get involved and join us as we help you find success in your entrepreneurial journey. Please follow, like, and share with others who will find this beneficial. We'll see you on the next episode of Marketing Success in Under 10 Minutes with Steven and Gene.